In this video, I'm going to show you how to fold a pair of heart-shaped origami glasses which you can actually wear. This is a model called Love is Blind, designed by Francis Au. You'll need a long strip of paper, and you can check out my video on how I like to cut such strips. Now for the glasses, I use a rectangle that is 60 centimeters or 24 inches long and 5 centimeters or 2 inches wide. The glasses will then be about 15 centimeters or 6 inches wide. The sides will be about 11.5 centimeters or 4 5/8 of an inch long, and the hearts will be 4.75 centimeters or a bit over 1 7/8 of an inch high. You can of course adjust the width and the length of these glasses so they fit you perfectly. Now let's get started. We first need to fold this strip in half lengthwise. So for this, I'm just going to take both ends and align them, and then add a crease right here. Now we need to mark 2 squares. So for this, I like to take one edge and align it with that central crease line, but not crease throughout, but rather just pinch right up here. And when you have that pinch in place, you can then add a crease that starts exactly in that point. And because we want a nice straight crease, I'm going to use this long edge, align it onto itself, and add that crease. To mark the second square, I'm going to use the first one as a measure. So if I fold this back and forth, then I get a nice second square. Like that. And now we have 2 squares marked on this side. We also want to mark them on the other side. So if we refold those 2 squares, we can then again fold back and forth. Once in this direction to mark a square, and then into the other direction to mark the last square. So now we have this strip with a central crease line and then 2 squares marked off. Now we're going to flip this over to the red side so that we get red hearts. And now we're going to locate the central crease line and the 2 next to that central crease line, and we're going to fold this crease line onto the central crease line to mark half a square, and repeat on the other side. And we also want to mark a quarter of this square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this central crease line and then align these 2 mountain folds seen from this yellow side and just pinch, and the same on the other side. Just a small pinch. And then refold so that this is the shape you have. Now we're going to take this lower edge and fold it up to this point right here and try to make this a nice right angle, but if you're off a little, don't worry about it too much. When you've got one side done, let's try and make it symmetrical by again adding a crease that starts in this point, and then just going up to that point from the other side. Like this. Let's take a closer look at this section. We're now going to unfold these 2 and unfold completely. Now we want to take this edge that goes through that point of this triangle and make it a mountain fold and align it with that small pinch mark we added earlier. like this. And then fold down and make a nice straight crease. And of course, repeat on the other side. Now we're going to flip this over to look at the other side, right here. And you will see that you have small tiny creases right here. So you can push them open to open up the paper. And same right here. And then push up to flatten down the paper. And when you have that, we want to fold this down again and then push that paper inside, making a mountain fold out of that valley fold we just added, like this. Then we can flip the paper over again, and we're going to go along these creases and make an inside reverse fold. So I'm going to lift one layer of paper and then push it inside along the existing crease lines. And same on this side, push it inside along the existing crease lines. And you may already notice that this is the start of the hearts. So let's continue shaping it up here. First we want to mark the halfway point between this point and that one. So I'm just going to take these two layers and tilt them down a little bit, and then add a small pinch mark. Same on the other side. And if you want, you can work without a reference, but I like to get things quite accurate. And when you have that, we're then going to fold inside to that pinch mark, again trying to get a nice right angle here. And same on the other side, like this. And these we're again going to inside reverse fold, so we're going to push in the paper along the existing crease lines. Now we want to fold down this section of paper, so what I'm going to do is slightly open this up here and push down that paper so that it lies flat. And same on this side. First open it up and then push down that paper so that we have that crease started. And then we want to roll down the rest of the paper. Like that, and pull it apart so that we get a nice straight crease. And when you have that started, you can close this up again on both sides and strengthen the crease with your fingernail. There we go. Now we're again going to flip the paper over, and we're going to take this lower edge and fold it up so that it meets with this layer right there. And add a crease and then fold up along this natural hinge. So you have this, and this is what it looks like from the other side. Now we want to add a crease, a valley fold, right along this edge. So I like to just pinch that into place and then align edge with edge in the top, as you can see here, to get a nice straight crease. And then I'm going to fold that paper out again so that this mountain fold right here is going to align with that edge down there in the top, and also down here and then strengthen the crease. Now we're going to add a diagonal crease on here. So we're going to take the edge, align it with that mountain fold, and crease throughout. Unfold, and now we're going to take this strip of paper and we're going to fold it up, but only up to this point right here. So I'm going to start on this end, fold edge to edge, and then move the paper over and fold up until we meet that point right there. And then we want to fold through that intersection. So we want to catch that point right there and then fold over, and you can get a nice straight crease again by aligning edge with edge. Now we're going to take this lower edge and this half section and we're going to fold it to that crease line. Unfold, and then inside reverse fold. And in the top we will narrow these sides of the glasses. I'm going to turn it around because I prefer folding away from myself. So here what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge and fold it to the central crease line. Starting on the edge and then working ourselves to the other end. And then here we will want to go inside here to extend the crease all the way, and then add a small squash fold and align this mountain fold right here with that crease we just created to get it looking symmetrical, like this. And then we want to fold this back, but first we're going to rotate the paper again, just so that we can fold up again here. So first I'm going to fold over along this small edge, and then you can see some paper tension here, so we're going to open this up, just pushing your finger in there, and then again we're going to align this edge with that crease line that we used as a reference before, and extend it to the other end. And now we want to add a color change so that this is completely yellow. So for this we're going to open up the paper and push on this point. So just push on it and it will invert. And then you can fold this paper to the other side, and this will fall into place like that. And if this section unfolds like it did for me, just ensure that you refold it so that you have that heart shape again. And then you can fold this up and in half. And we need to repeat these steps on this side. So first we're going to add that valley fold along that line. So first add that small pinch, then align edge with edge to get a nice straight crease. Then fold back by aligning this mountain fold with the edge below, and do that on both ends to get nice precision. Then mark the diagonal, unfold, And now fold this section in half up to that diagonal. And then add a valley fold that goes exactly through that point. Now fold this corner up to the central crease line and inside reverse fold it. Then rotate so that we can more easily work on this section, folding the layer to the central crease line, working from one end of the strip to the other end, extending it all the way in to then flatten in a symmetrical squash fold. And then rotate back, fold along this small section in a valley fold, then open up this paper by sticking in your finger right here and just loosening it a little, and then align this edge with that horizontal crease line. Start on one end and work yourself to the other end, and this slightly unfolded here, so let me just quickly check that it's in place again. If that ever happens to you, don't continue until you feel like the paper is in the right place. And then flatten down, and then again we want to make that color change, opening this up, pushing on that point to invert the creases, making this long valley fold into a mountain fold. And ensuring that this paper is folded up again. And then fold this section up so that we have both sides looking like this. This section unfolded a little, don't worry, just refold it. Now we want to finish shaping the hearts. For this I'm first going to take this small corner and fold it up. We're going to hide it in just a few moments. And let's repeat that on the other side so that this flap doesn't unfold as easily. Now we're going to take this small section and again fold it to that vertical crease line, just in a pre-creasing. And now we want to take this edge and align it with that edge. So open this paper up a little and push it over so that you can align the paper. This is going to be slightly three-dimensional. Don't worry about it too much. And then you can flatten this down like here, and then you will also be able to fold this section over to that red layer right there. And it should nicely fall in place. And then you can take this section right here and tuck it underneath that red layer, and we're going to take this small corner and tuck it underneath that triangle right here so that it's nicely locked. And then, as a final step for this heart, we're going to fold the tips down a little bit, and I like to fold it down 1/3 of this way, so that when you fold down this tip, the section you're folding down is as high as the section that's left alone. And same on the other side, but really you can fold it down as much as you like. You can always check from the other side whether you like that shape of the heart. And now we need to repeat the steps on this side. First we folded in this small section, Then we took that edge and folded it over here, opening up this paper as we did that. And as we started to flatten this paper down, like that, we could also fold over this section to again align edge with edge and flatten down completely. And then again you can hide that paper underneath the red layer and tuck it underneath that small triangle for a nice lock. And then finish off by folding down those points about a third of the way. And then you can see that this unfolded, don't worry, just make it a stronger crease. And then you can flip it over and now you have this shape. Now what you need to do is you need to measure what width you need this to be so that you can nicely wear the glasses. I'm just going to eyeball this around here. And here you add a straight crease, and same on the other side, adding a straight crease. And then you will also want to check what distance you need here so it fits nicely onto your ears. And when you have that distance, you fold it down in an angle about like this. Unfold and then go inside here, and with your finger you press here to flip the paper over and make an outside reverse fold like this. And then you repeat that on the other side. You first measure what distance you need, then you fold down the section, and then you make an outside reverse fold to finish off the sides of the glasses. And then, believe it or not, your heart-shaped origami glasses called Love is Blind, designed by Frances Au, is all done. Now, if you like these glasses, you love Frances Au's book Origami Hearts, which includes diagrams for this model and 65 further heart designs. Plus, visit his website, which also includes many diagrams. Now, if you liked this video, do let me know by giving it a thumbs up, commenting below, and sharing it with others. Plus, check out my tutorial on how to fold Love with Strings Attached, also designed by Frances Au, or view my playlist of further love-related origami models. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next videos. I hope to see you around, and as always, happy folding!